not on camera. I want everybody to relax. Anyway, right now next to Drew. Drew is actually, just found out, is 50 years old. We thought he was 27.
Close to 50.
50 years old.
I remember the 60s.
And why did he come? You actually drove 90 miles here, didn't you?
I heard about Arnold's Way because, you know, raw food spots are few and far between. And we drove 90 miles, made the voyage, came and visited Britta's mom. Britta also works at Namaste Cafe, where we do raw foods and organic juicing. And we don't regret it at all. We had raw food pasta. We had the, what did you get?
The cheeseburger and the pizza.
And I think Marilyn had the sushi. Anyway, all top notch and reasonable rates. Very, very rare. Not even in my store is reasonable, because you know it takes a lot to make the raw.
It does take a lot.
It takes a lot of love.
A lot of love. And you start raw. You're not raw now, but you start.
I'd say I'm 60% raw.
Okay, you start why?
Well, I was raw because I lost my parents to heart disease and to diabetes, and I wanted to reverse all that. I was orphaned very young, and I had very interesting parents. And very unorthodox.
You were very young? How old?
I lost my parents when I was 19 and my mom in 2000. So my mom was one of the victims to Vioxx, but if you don't know what Vioxx is,
I do remember that. Arthritis thing?
Yeah, it killed more people than the Vietnam War.
Wow.
And in a year my mom died, 60,000 people were murdered by this pharmaceutical drug. So we have a
What was she taking it for, by the way?
She had a little bit of arthritis. Less than a week later, she was dead.
Wow.
She never had a heart problem in her life. So the thing is, we have a lot of mantras at our juice bar, but one of our mantras is seek suitable farmers, not pharmaceuticals. We don't believe in big farm, hence we don't believe in this administration, and we try to steer people in the direction of flooding their systems with phytonutrients. And raw, Namaste, as a team, we believe is the highest epiphany consciousness in food. Now we've seen all the fads come and go. You know, the Atkins, which that's a whole other controversy. We've seen the fat-free. We've seen even, you know, ancient wisdom, like Ayurvedic, which we've seen everything come and go. But raw, in 100 years from now, there's not going to be a new fad. It's always going to be raw. So get on a bandwagon right now. Don't wait till you're sick. You know, honor your temple now, because raw is the highest epiphany. There is no new fad that's coming down the way. It's always going to be raw.
Yeah, if you look real close to him, he doesn't have any wrinkles.
I'm very, very self-conscious.
That's really good. 50 years old. Okay.
Well, you know, the reversing your aging process is scientific. I mean, you get off the caffeine, you get off the dairy, you get off the animal products, you get off the sugars, you get off the cigarette smoking. That includes marijuana. There's nothing healthy about intaking smoke. Now you can vaporize it if you want or eat it. It's not hemp. The hemp is a pressed earth healer. But the smoking, the caffeines, the sugars, the meats, the dairies, and the stressing, you know, all that stuff makes you age. I went to my 25-year reunion, and I wasn't the best looking gentleman there by far, because there are a lot of rich kids there. But my date was 24, and she refused to believe that we were in the right place, you know, because she thought these people were so old. And I thought, I couldn't wait to see these Viking jocks. I was an athlete. I wanted to see how these jocks, I thought they were going to be so distinguished and so healthy. They were recluses, and I was like, wow, that is the American diet.
That is the American dream.
I grew up in Gabasi, and I grew up on pierogi and Polish, Brooklyn, Greenpoint food. I never missed it. And I went cold turkey vegan, and then I went raw for 6 years. There was a place in the village in Seoul called Ozone. We used to barter, and I never saw raw food cuisine. I tried to follow this book right here for the longest time, had a lot of troubles following it, but boy, is this beautifully illustrated. And when I saw him on Regis and Kathy Lee, I knew it was coming. And I'm so amazed that it's growing as fast as it is. And we're still having a hard time selling raw foods. You know, people would rather have gluten wraps. They'd rather have cooked stuff from the grill. You know, granted they're all vegan and organic, but gluten isn't healing. You know, whole grain doesn't mean anything when you're eating gluten. You know, so we do the rice wraps, and you know, if there's anybody out there that knows how to make a vegan gluten-free wrap, please email me. I'll have a bounty on it. It's very difficult.
Well, we do collard wraps.
We do collard
But
wraps
we also
as well.
do seaweed wraps.
Yeah.
The
Seaweed,
nori.
people want the
bread.
conventional people. We want to transition them. But,
We can do that.
yeah.
I'm sure we can do that. Yes, Britta, want to say something? Since you're so nervous.
Britta is our juice barista,
Okay.
and people love her there because I'm a motor mouth, and she is
Quiet.
She only speaks when she's spoken to, so
Okay.
it's a good dynamic.
A good dynamic. Sound like me and Shay.
Nick,
And this is again.
I'm Britta's mom, and I haven't seen Britta in about maybe 6 months. And I'm looking at her now, and her face she's just she's lit up, she's glowing. I can see it in her eyes.
Usually I'm
and her skin.
not the best I look either. 'Cause it's finals time at Rutgers.
Well, Britta's juicing like a maniac, a habitual juicer,
Wow.
and she went cold turkey as well. She came into the juice bar, and I thought she was just striking. And I gave her my little soapbox, little lecture, and then the next thing you know, she was vegan, and she hasn't looked back. And she gained weight. That's another thing. We don't do this for narcissism. She actually was a lot lighter, and she looks much healthier with the weight on.
She was a 000.
Yeah.
She
And
was
she
New
was so-
Brunswick bling bling ghetto fabulous, and now she looks very shiny and glowy and healthy, and she's just beginning her journey. She's just getting into the yoga, and she went to what Swami did you see? You remember his name? She went to she's into bhakti now, and
Bhakti yoga.
she's chanting, and it's not just the food, it's the whole journey.
Anyway, this is
Marilyn.
Marilyn has diabetes type 1, and what I said, she asked, what can we do about it? And I asked Eva. Eva's my guest for another 2 hours. And then she's leaving me forever. She had enough of me. Anyway, I'm going to take advantage of her. Why don't you read about what causes diabetes type 1? This book is from Food for Life by Dr. Neil Menard. Excellent book. Not raw, but vegan, but knows this stuff very well from a medical viewpoint of what causes diabetes type 1. Yeah.
And may I say one thing?
Yeah.
We're in a pharmaceutical town. We have Johnson & Johnson Squibb, and when I say diabetes can be cured, they say, but never type 1. And people always critique me, so go ahead.
Okay, great. So it says, a recent report in the New England Journal of Medicine adds substantial support to the suggestion that cow's milk proteins stimulate the production of the antibodies, which in turn destroy the insulin-producing pancreatic cells. Researchers from Canada and Finland found high levels of antibodies to a specific portion of a cow's milk protein called bovine serum albumin. And
Bovine serum albumin, which is found in milk,
okay.
which causes what? Causes death.
in every one of the 142 diabetic children they studied at the time the disease was diagnosed.
And where did you work at? Where do you live at?
I lived on a dairy farm when I was younger, and I ate a tremendous amount of dairy products. Now I'm not eating dairy products, but I'm on an insulin pump which delivers insulin subcutaneously constantly to my system, but I haven't gone down with the amount of insulin I take, and I'm starting to have complications caused by diabetes, which we always hear about, and I need to do something I need to work with my body and what I'm eating so that I will heal myself.
So are you raw now?
No, I'm just starting.
This is a
and
film called Simply Raw, as they made by Gabriel Cousins, and what they did, six people put them on a raw diet, and their diabetes disappeared. I think 2 of them were with insulin. I'm not positive, I think 2 were with insulin.
I'm telling you, after I ate this meal,
Right.
I don't feel like I'm weighted down. I don't want to go sit down or lie down like I usually after I eat my meals, but I feel more energized.
I was supposed to wear your hat. They wear it.
Try it on. See how it looks in it.
That's it. You want to try mine?
We'll switch. There you go.
Okay, anyway, anybody else have anything to say? Oh, you look good. This is a warrior. We are warriors. Day in, day out, you have to do what you have to do in order to be the best you can. I mean, I believe in love. Every moment's a moment of love. Our body wants love at all times. The better we eat, the more love we give ourselves.
I'd like to apologize to all my guests at Namaste Cafe for taking so long making the food, but I have to put the right intention into it. So if you want to rush, Burger King and Subway right down the road.
Right.
We take our time, we do it right, and we never been critiqued negatively in reference to how it tastes and the intention that's put into it. We've been critiqued on our service and maybe on our soapbox, but I've heard him say love, I think 33 times since we've been here.
Is that right?
And
Wow.
that's what it's all about,
It's
really.
about love.
Love.
And the body always wants love. Every disease out there is based on love.
Love is the answer.
Okay, anyway, we gotta go according to Shay. Everybody give a high bye.
Peace and no chicken grease, yo.
Okay.